Alright everyone, we are back to working on the Steyr 1900 bolt action again, and I've just cleaned all the little tiny sighting parts that go with this little Peep sight, and there's quite a few little screws and things that, you know, if over the years you don't at least clean and lubricate. I mean, these tiny threads, you can't even see this thing. This thing is smaller than a BB. They could rust in, and if you go to adjust it, you won't be able to get it out. So what I'm going to do now is, after I've cleaned them, I'm going to soak them in oil just to get a nice surface coating to help protect it and preserve it and last over the years. So once it all gets oiled, I'm going to put it back together, and then maybe we can do a little target test and see if it's even going to be somewhat accurate, which I hope it will. I'm figuring it will. I'm figuring it might at least do 1.5 inches at 100. But the main thing is that the barrel needed to be conditioned because it had a whole lot of rust in it. So after I lapped it, it's been waiting to be screwed back into the action here. I just needed some time to get all these little tiny parts cleaned so I could reassemble the whole thing. So I think it's a good idea that if anybody is, for instance, this is more or less a restoration on a gun that is what, 122 or so years old. So when you restore something like this, you want it to be at least somewhat nice to begin with. After you're done, I mean, you can let it get all grungy looking again over the years, but stand by, let me get a part real quick. So I'm not sure if the lighting is showing how there's surface rust on it, let's put it that way. It's not terrible, but this is the last part that needs to be cleaned, and if you notice there's a reddish patina to it. This is what goes over the fore end of the stock and has the bayonet lug on it. So if you notice the difference in finish compared to, I've already cleaned that piece looked the same as this did. So once I clean this, it'll have the same surface smoothness, cleanliness, etc. when it all goes back together. So anyway, I'm going to let those soak in oil for a little bit, and then I'll come back. I'm not going to put it together in front of the camera, but I'll come back when I've had it all reassembled, and we will see how all the sight little features and aspects of it, make sure they all function well. Alright, talk to you later.